ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय.
Nice that he brought in some sutras from Brahma Sutras. He also gave us some quotes from Mundaka, Svetashvatara, and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. We were still talking about Tattvamasi basically, but he brought in Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma as well. And he again brought it back to this quote where the one became many, in order to explain about that. And his whole idea was further expounded upon the idea that everything's names means ultimately the Supreme Brahman Sriman Narayana. That every name ultimately means him, that he's the antaryami of everything.
Yes. I have a question that I don't understand very well the point that, so Ramanuja says that everything has qualities.
Yes.
Even the Brahman have qualities. So how to understand when the Upanishad says that the Brahman doesn't have qualities?
The Upanishads don't say that.
Don't say that.
The Upanishads say Brahman is nirguna.
Nirguna, yeah.
So nirguna, literally, the dictionary definition of nirguna, nir means without, guna means qualities. Qualities, attributes, whatever. Nirguna, nirvishesha, there was another word there also. Anyway, without qualities is not understood by Sri Vaishnavas as to mean there are no qualities. It means without negative qualities, without bad qualities. It means he has unlimited auspicious qualities. He has no negative qualities. Nirguna simply means he has no negative qualities. He has all positive, all auspicious, all wonderful qualities. So nirguna doesn't mean what the Advaitins say. The Advaitins say it means no qualities whatsoever. But as I said, logically, that doesn't make any sense, because even if I say something has no qualities, right, it has the quality, it has the attribute of having no qualities.
Yes, I think that.
Like, I'll give you another example, right? So sometimes sometimes there's a saying that the scientists say that there's a poison which is tasteless.
Mm-hmm.
You take this poison, it's tasteless, right? So maybe somebody took it and he's revived, he's given the antidote, and you ask him, did it taste of anything? No, it didn't taste of anything, right? So we say something's tasteless. It has no taste. It has no smell. It has no color. But even if it doesn't have any taste, it has a quality, and that quality is tastelessness.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a quality of having no odor. It is odorless, right?
I think that the point of the Upanishad and the Ramanuja is very clear and easy to understand, how everything has qualities and the Lord is the soul of everything and maintains everything. But the issue is that the Mayavadis, they express everything in a very difficult way and nonsensical way, that it takes some effort to understand how it's just a nonsense.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, we have Advaitins saying one thing, right? And we have Ramanuja pointing out the real point of it. It takes some time to become. They have misinterpreted it. Right now, what they say is we are giving the literal translation. We're giving the literal translation, and this has to be accepted. The rule has to be accepted when the literal translation of something doesn't make any sense. Then you have to accept a secondary understanding, right? So the literal nirguna, meaning no, if it means no qualities, that doesn't make any sense, because number one, we have never experienced anything without qualities, right? He said that right there, pratyaksha, that we have no sense perception of anything that doesn't have any qualities. So somebody may object to that and say, okay, your senses are faulty. Forget about pratyaksha. But there isn't even in the Shruti, Anumana. Okay, let's go through all the pramanas here. Pratyaksha. We have no pratyaksha. We have no sense perception example of something without qualities. Number one, it's refuted by pratyaksha. Number two, it's refuted by Anumana. Something without qualities logically has the quality of having no qualities. Logically, it's wrong. And third way, by Shruti, by pramana from the Upanishads. In the Upanishads, it says the one became many. In the Upanishads, it says that he is Satyam Jnanam Anantam, right? It says that he is truth, he is knowledge, he is infiniteness, right? So it says he has all these qualities. And yeah, it says Nirguna also. But therefore, Nirguna cannot be taken in its primary meaning. Cannot be taken in its primary dictionary meaning. We have to understand its secondary meaning. What is its secondary meaning? That he has no bad qualities. He has no inauspicious qualities. He is Ananta Kalyana Gunas. He has unlimited auspicious, only auspicious qualities. That is what Nirguna means. That is the real meaning, albeit the secondary meaning. It's the secondary meaning for sure. It's not the primary meaning. It's not the literal meaning. The Advaitins say, no, this is the literal meaning, but you can't persist in saying this is the literal meaning if it doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't make sense by pratyaksha, it doesn't make sense by anumana, and it doesn't make sense by shabda if you read all the Vedas, all the Shrutis. If you throw out all the rest of the Upanishads and just keep, one tattvamasi, then it makes sense. But with all the other things, because they only take the Abheda Shrutis, the sections of the Upanishads that speak about oneness, then they can't see that all of these other things refute that.
And also a question is why they only qualify the Abheda Shrutis under the literary meaning. But what about
Yes, Ramanuja, he covered that point. He said, you can't take this literally and take this not literally. You have to have a reason. If you have different shrutis, you have different statements, right? You can take things literally unless they don't make any sense. But you can't take something that makes sense not literally. So if it makes sense, you have to accept it literally. If it doesn't make sense, then you have to find a secondary meaning. That's the rule. Otherwise nothing makes sense. Otherwise, you could interpret anything in any way. And then there will be no truth. Then there's no truth. There has to be a reason for an interpretation, right? There has to be a reason for interpretation. Why? Otherwise, we should just accept things the way they're spoken directly in the scriptures. But if a reason is given why we shouldn't accept something literally, then we have to not accept it literally if it's a good reason.
Yes.
Yeah. So these people, they get their idea of their interpretation, and they say our interpretation must be correct because ours is the literal interpretation.
Partially.
But it's only half truth. It's only the truth of Tattvamasi by itself. But all these other, it's not the truth of Tattvamasi plus Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma plus blah blah blah. And you keep telling them all these other quotes from the Upanishads, and they say, no, that one actually means something different. That one actually means something different. No, why? Why does it have to mean something different? Why does many have to mean something different then? Why not just accept it? There's nothing to contradict it. So
Yes.
what? So they say we've taken one or a few Mahavakyas, great sayings, and we have given an impersonal, we've given a monist, literal definition of them. We take these Abheda Shrutis, and this is all that we like to take literally. And the rest of it, we don't take literally. When you say many, we don't take that literally. When you say knowledge, infiniteness, when you say the pragya, when you say the knower, We don't accept that, the knower. We only accept knowledge, but we don't accept the knower. We don't accept there's a process of knowledge. We don't accept there's a thing that can be known. And we don't accept a thing which knows things. We only accept knowledge, bare knowledge. It's just nonsense. It's complete nonsense.
Yes,
You know?
right.
But people get deluded. They get deluded by all these arguments that they have, because they say, look, look in the dictionary. Tatvamasi, what does it mean? Aham Brahmasmi, what does it mean? Like that. And then when you look in the dictionary for some of these other things, you say, well, what does many mean? What does the knower mean? What does consciousness, knowledge, and infinity mean? Like that. Oh, they mean something else. So when they don't like something, they say, well, that means something else, but they have no reason to say it. We have a reason for saying why Tatvamasi isn't an Abheda Shruti.
Yes.
Right? We have a reason for saying what we say, right? Because it doesn't make sense if the way they say it, that if they say Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, right, that these are not qualities of Brahma, that doesn't make any sense. Right? We have reasons for saying what we say. We have reasons for saying that nirguna means no inauspicious qualities and not the absence of all qualities whatsoever, because it's against all the pramanas that we believe in, all the methods of true knowledge. It's against all the methods of true knowledge. So that's why we can't accept it. We can't accept their idea of nirvikara, nirvikalpaka prajaksha, nirguna, all these things we don't accept.
Om Namo